Take two. Let's see if we can get this going right now. So, we're going to have ourselves the third game of RoX.KIS coming up. You're watching the excellent Moscow Cup. It is the round-robin group stages, and at the end of these round-robin group stages, the winning team will go to the LAN finals in Moscow, 17 and 18 May this month. That's in about 2 weeks. So, there's only games this week still, and then we know which 4 teams will be going to LAN. And RoX.KIS and NEXT.kz still want to have a chance at that, so let's just see what they have in store for us. Of course, once again, I am joined by G-Advance. G-Advance, welcome back.
We're back! Yay! It's nice. But, sadness, Lycan has been picked, even after the nerf. Still a great hero. Especially on Dire. It's not like... I don't know. I don't hate the hero, but it's like... He is kinda just a wolfman that hits things. He's not the most super interesting sometimes. He can be interesting in different strategies, don't get me wrong. I just like the hero in and of itself, compared to like a Chen, not as complex.
Fair enough. I would agree with that one. But I do think that with the changes, he's forced to be with his team more. So maybe
yes, and that is a nice change. Yeah. Definitely.
So also therefore forced to be a bit more active. So that's indeed very, very nice to see, hopefully. As we don't know yet how RoX.KIS is going to deal with it. Hey, for all we know, they pick up Patreons and still make that Lycan split pusher that we know and hate and love at the same time. We do have some standard bans coming out. Naga, Bet, Invoker. Also, the Centaur still leaves Ember in, but so far, we've only seen Ember once today, which is when he was banned out first in the previous game, but the rest of the games, he's just been ignored. So, actually, there was only one other game, so, oh well. But he was ignored all the whole draft through, so... Who knows, maybe we'll still see him today, maybe not. NEXT.kz, surprisingly, going for a very early Chen. Now, Chen is not a hero that we see, like, we see Chen a lot, don't get me wrong, but we don't see him all that much on the first pick slot, to be honest. So that's a bit of a surprising thing here, as NEXT.kz apparently are a bit worried about what to go for next, because they are taking their time, and they're actually taking into their bonus time very heavily. How are they gonna deal with that Lycan?
Well, one way of dealing with it is if you can take down that mid tier 1, if you can take down the safe lane tier 1 from the Radiant side as well, suddenly it's a lot easier to actually contest that Roshan pit, and maybe that's their way of doing it. Chen's certainly a good pickup to do that with. Like you said, not normally a first pickup hero, but we've seen it more and more getting banned in the second stage, so if you're really adamant that you need a Chen in your team's lineup, ultimately, the picks and bans are so open these days that there's not enough bans to ban out everything. So you may as well pick up the heroes that you really feel like you absolutely need in your team. Maybe they're thinking, you know, we can't find an alternative to Chen in the lineup I'm thinking of, but we can find alternatives to the other heroes that we're thinking of. So that's probably their reasoning by it. Either way, it's still unusual to pick it up so quickly, but RoX.KIS right now, I mean, obviously, they have, you know, they have the carry heroes, they have the heroes who are doing damage, so they're lineup looks like it can do a lot more, with Puck obviously very good for controlling people, which is something that Lycan needs. If you can't control the people that Lycan are chasing, even with the max movement speed, you don't want to always use that to actually chase down people, especially now that you don't get the extra health. You normally want to use it as an escape. So Puck with a Dream Coil, it'll be able to control everybody. Lycan can do more than enough damage to cut through them, but right now, NEXT.kz, they're going for an interesting lineup, though. I think this is nice. Axe into Mirana, very good setup if they can coordinate it properly.
Yeah, and Axe, actually thinking about it, he has gotten a little bit stronger against the Lycan, because Axes normally want to build a Blade Mail, and Lycan has got less health, and he still hits hard if he's in wolf form. So if you get a Berserker's Call off when your Blade Mail is on, and Lycan is hitting you, that's going to do a lot of damage to the Lycan, and perhaps he might be killing himself on you. Remaining. I do like the Mirana pickup. If she can get a good arrow on that Lycan again as well, it will allow them to maybe take him down. Does mean, I mean, NEXT.kz has to be active this game. They have to be the one to take initiative, because RoX.KIS, even though Lycan got nerfed, still going to be there with the split push if you don't stop him, or if you're not the one to force him around the map all the time. So NEXT.kz, I feel like they've got some extra pressure on their shoulders in this game. That being said, I mean, they're still having a good lineup for also be slightly defensive themselves. They have pushing power in the Chen. They've got carry potential in the Mirana. Now, granted, I'm not too big of a fan of the Mirana carry, but if you can make that Axe work for you, if you can make him the real tank and give Mirana the time she needs to actually attack targets without getting attacked herself, and that is a very good way to deal with anybody. That is just very good way to deal with Mirana as a hard carry. However, Shadow Demon there means that Axe can get disrupted, meaning that Mirana might be the squishiest target in sight, and then she will die fast. So positioning for probably Mantis on Mirana this game, positioning is gonna be absolute key. Like, tons of pressure on that Mirana for that.
Yeah, gotta agree with that, and these are interesting picks coming out from NEXT.kz here, because this is very dangerous to run. Rubik, not the best support. We've seen that more and more. He went from being one of the most picked heroes ever to he's slowly declined. He's now definitely not one of the premium supports. He is good at setting up arrows, though, for Mirana in the lane, if you coordinate it correctly. This is nowhere near as easy as a Shadow Demon, and Shadow Demon is seen as the harder one to actually use. Normally, you want to try and get yourself a Bane to work with here. The great thing for them, though, is that RoX.KIS, they're kind of forced to not pick any big teamfight spells now. Rubik already has plenty that he can steal that can be very useful. Anything from Shadow Demon, anything from Puck, most of the things from Leshrac, all of those will be good. It feels to me, though, like NEXT.kz, this lineup is a lot more dangerous to use, because at some point in this game, you are going to go up against a Lycan who is on the dire side. If you do not stop him from taking those Roshans on the dire side, you already struggle to kill him, right? If you look, they don't have very much damage. Chen and Rubik do not do much in the way of damage. Axe can do, but it's a little bit RNG focused, although it's actually pretty reliable now that it's pseudo-random chance this patch. But Mirana, not even a huge amount of right-click damage from her. She does do good spell damage, but I feel like they have to get a lot done in the early game. They have to take a lot of towers. They do have the Chen to do that, though, so they have the lineup to do it. I feel like this mid hero that they're going to pick up in a few seconds, it has to be something that really works well with this. So, smart ban from RoX.KIS, take out the Brewmaster, because that's a hero that can control the Lycan in the fight very well, and it's also a hero that doesn't care about Puck.
And it's a hero that Stalcat has played so often. When the qualifiers for TI2, which was about the time when I was like a month or two into Dota 2, and NEXT.kz was one of the teams that I was actually having the chance to cast sometimes. Stalcat and his Brewmaster were absolutely godlike. Get that Blink Dagger fast, and it was really a treat to watch. So slightly, I mean, it's a smart ban for sure. Slightly respect ban, I think, maybe also a bit towards Stalcat. Unfortunately for us, we're not going to see that one. And unfortunately for me, we're going to see Nyx Assassin. I'm not a big fan of him lately. He is just not, like, as a support role, sure, fine. I'm all for Nyx Assassin there, but as an offlaner or a mid laner maybe, depending on what he's going to be as right here, he is just not able to pull his weight, I find.
Yeah, as an offlaner, he's very easy to kill. He basically, if the enemy team want to, they can make him feed, because early on, I mean, he's got Spike Carapace. That's it as far as offlane abilities that can actually keep him alive. That's not enough. And as a mid laner, yeah, I mean, the big thing is you get level 6 and you're like, okay, guys, the Nyx Assassin is ganking. He's probably ganking one of these two heroes because these are the only ones he can kill. He's not going to be ganking the Lycan, for instance, unless a lot of support comes in to help. So, yeah, Nyx Assassin, maybe he's going to be up in the mid lane here. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they'll put him off lane or put the Axe in the mid lane. It might depend on what RoX.KIS pick up now, but the last hero for them looks like it'll be an off laner, unless they want to go something aggressive here. But
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, for the moment, I'm a bit more confident in RoX's. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. And the thing is, Lycan can probably solo a fair number of these heroes here. The only one he might struggle a little bit with is Axe, because those wolves are not very useful versus Axe early on. It basically helps him spin more, and he gets extra gold from them. So, yeah, maybe not a great aggressive tri-lane if they do decide to go for it, but Shadow Demon Leshrac, they're very good at roaming, they're very good at getting themselves kills. Looks like it'd be Wind Ranger. Could still be aggressive. Could be mid Wind Ranger. Don't know.
It's solo playing Wind Ranger, so
probably.
Yeah, mid Wind Ranger. I would like to see that, to be honest. Does look like we're gonna have Wadafaka on the Nyx Assassin, and that means that he is indeed mid. Up against Wind Ranger, it will be a fairly even lane, I find. It's not really specifically in favor of either one of the two, though I would put it in favor of Wind Ranger purely because of the range versus melee situation. But we'll see where everybody is going to go. For now, everybody of RoX.KIS will be going to the bottom lane. Once again, though, before we continue, you are watching the round-robin group stages for the excellent Moscow Cup. We have got each team having to play 10 games in this round robin group stage. NEXT.kz has already played 7 games. They have won 3, lost 4. So their chances to go to Moscow for the LAN finals, which is
edgy.
A right reserved for only the top 4. Yeah, it is like more
Right
than
on
edgy.
the cusp.
It is.
You have to hope a few people lose key games.
Yes.
And you have to win everything.
And they have to win everything, including this game. I mean, if they want to have some sort of hope, this is what they have to go for. As maybe we're going to see Mantis in some trouble. Let's see if Yule can get a disruption in. Reeves also close by. He's there to back up if anybody needs it. The vision gonna be there. Disruption still there, but the Split Earth now on cooldown. I don't think they can go for Reeves anymore. Oh, the Shackle still latches him to a tree. Reeves, is he gonna live? No, he is not. The first blood has been spilled. Arrow still hits upon Seedoy, but there's not enough damage coming out. Some right clicks being exchanged there. Seedoy has only went for the orb, and they know that too. So no phase shift. What the fuck are those shackled and killed? As the Split Earth this time is there. Goblag made sure it connected. It's 2-0 in favor of RoX.KIS. This is not a good start for NEXT.kz, who we just said need to win this match to still have some glimmer of hope to make it to Moscow for the LAN finals. On the other side it is RoX.KIS, who is doing really well. RoX.KIS has only lost 1 game so far. Well, they have played 6 games, I believe. Thus far, 6 games, I believe. This is their 7th game. And only lost 1 game, so if they continue on winning, they are looking pretty good to go to Moscow. Let's take a look at who is playing what, as, well, I'm no longer in the fear of missing First Blood, because you saw all of them. Well, there's only 1 First Blood, but... yeah, let's take a look. RoX.KIS first. We're gonna have BCZ playing the Lycan. Everybody is mid, but yeah, that's because of that bottom fight. They're still on their way top. Lycan is on the way top. It's BCZ. Yol will be supporting that Lycan. Shadow Demon is for him. We still have him disrupting Reeves, though. Split Earth off the back of that as well. And it looks like there's enough damage to take him down. There we go. That's the 3rd kill for them. And this could be heavy roaming for them. Oh, Stalcat might be in some trouble, but only gets, gets a battle hunger off. The Clarity, however, will tick through the damage coming out there, and there's a disruption up in 5
Battle Hunger
seconds.
does not do any damage anymore.
For BCZ, they're looking for a range of the disruption. Split Earth will miss. Disruption not going to be there anymore. If the Split Earth would have hit, they would have maybe gone for that, but not right now. Split Earth coming, of course, from Golak, who's playing the Leshrac, and in the mid lane it will be Solo on the Wind Ranger, having a nice time here on mid. And on the, oh wait, top, that's Stalcat in trouble, and Stalcat dead as well by the looks of things, that it will be Lycan to take the kill. It is a 0-4. Bottom lane has Seedoy on the puck for RoX.KIS, and wow, I've only introduced 1 team and it's already 0-4. Maybe while you were talking, we're having NEXT.kz take 4 kills as well.
Yeah, on the side of NEXT.kz, it is going to be Mantis. He's up on the safe lane here on the Mirana. His support in the lane is going to be Reeves on the Rubik. In the jungle, it is going to be, well, he's playing under the name 100 Ways to Lose. It's Chen. The mid lane, it's going to be Watafucker. He's the Nyx Assassin. Off lane, of course, we just saw him go down, but it is going to be Stylecat on that axe here. And yeah, RoX.KIS right now, they've taken a ton purely off the back of their support play. They've coordinated these two well. We said it when these guys were drafted before. We should have said it a bit more probably, but this combo of 2 supports is incredibly dangerous because you get stunned for so long here, and it looks like they'll try and go again. The Lycan's here too. Yeah, the Howl as well with the extra damage. Joel is going to be able to pick up the kill there. Rubik still dies on the bottom lane though as well. That was a solo kill for Seedoy. Oh, and that Howl has allowed him to get that extra kill.
Yep.
NEXT.kz are just getting picked apart right now. This is not the NEXT.kz we normally see.
They're just run over. Like, really, this is looking bad for them. Late game is not really going their way in terms of Lycan, just purely Lycan. And then early game should be going their way slightly, or at least they should not be losing the early game, let's just put it at that. And they're not winning bottom lane, though Mantis is getting last hits. He is 13-7, still less last hits than a free farming Solo though, but nonetheless, he's getting last hits. But so is Solo, and Solo is getting kills as well. So bottom lane not necessarily won by NEXT.kz, not lost, but not won either, and they should have won that one. Solo is in the meantime winning mid by far, so that is another lost lane for the NEXT.kz team. And then top lane is lost, of course, as well, with already Axe dying twice there. So overall, they need to find a way to get back into this game, NEXT.kz, and the only way that I see that happen at this point is if Nyx Assassin gets a successful gank off when level 6. And with all these supports being so rich, they're having sentries already, so Good luck with
Yeah, they're going to have sentries. They maybe have a fair amount of HP as well. They've got boots on both of them already, so it's going to be pretty hard to kill off these supports. Like you said, the big thing for me is right now, the only one who can do big rotations, actually get themselves kill, is going to have to be the Chen. He's not level 3 yet. He's just not managed to find the right jungle creeps. One of his camps has been blocked off, which is very difficult for Chen to deal with. He needs the big camps to actually get the right creeps, and with Axe being forced into the jungle as well, because his lane is too bad, there's nowhere for this Chen to get farm, there's nowhere for this Chen to get creeps to go gank. He wishes he had a Harpy right now. That would be incredibly useful, but he's stuck with nothing other than a Wild Winged Ripper, which at the very least is tornadoing solo, which I imagine is mildly irritating solo, probably not actually doing anything really to him though.
No, and on top of that, I mean, he finds some mud golems. And he's gonna lose his Wild Wing, actually, if he's not careful there. Wild Wing, indeed, will be, well, victim.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much he can do but farm from the high ground up here.
There's 2 camps
He's
of
stuck
mud
in a bad
golems
position. Life is hard.
Life
Game is hard.
very hard.
Luckily, bottom lane though, they're going to go on Seedoy, but
nice fish,
yeah, Seedoy just immediately phase shift. There's not much you can do about that unless you hit the arrow as he's picked up.
It's a centaur. Woo.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Didn't have a chance, but
as Axe dies
the
on
end.
top lane. Sorry, I had to look at centaurs, but we've
top
seen
lane
this
is real hard
combination
right now.
before, with the Howl coming out as well. You'll actually teleporting bottom. He needs to help Seedoy. The Dream Coil comes out. Seedoy still lifted. Will still go down. The arrow will fly up on him as well. Yul now in some trouble. Disruption will be off again in 2 seconds. He won't need it though. Still sends a poison in the way of Reeves and Mantis, but just to scare them off. He's actually maxing out the Soul Catcher, which is good because that just amplifies the combination he has with the Leshrac.
Yeah, definitely. The whole reason you pick a Shadow Demon with another support with an AoE stun like that is that you can guaranteed land that AoE stun every time, and generally, that AoE stun is going to do a lot more damage with the Shadow Demon than the Shadow Demon's poison is going to do. So I think this is a smart decision from him. Sometimes we see the poison get maxed out, but normally when the Shadow Demon is kind of just picked as part of a defensive support rather than, you know, as a ganking combo with someone. But right now, RoX.KIS are so far ahead in this game. They have the top 2 last hitters on their team. Solo, of course, doing very well in the middle lane. He got pulled. He had a null talisman as well, so he had way higher base damage. And I mean, Wind Ranger with a very lower base attack time, she's able to get practically all the last hits in the mid lane here. And Nyx can't really do much about it other than just wait for his level 6, which he has got now, but he might be being ganked here.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get this Spike Carapace
Sentry Ward goes down as well. They want to try and take down Wadafaka. Spike Carapace is already used. They're trying to take him down, and they will. They will. That power shot will do just enough damage to get the kill, go in the way of Solo, as Jen actually comes into the mid lane. Good for him to get some experience. It's all he can hope for at this point. I kind of find it interesting to see that Solo is actually going for treads rather than for phase boots, which you normally see a Wind Ranger go for, but I find it also, after some thought, it makes sense, because the one thing that NEXT.kz has is spell damage, and therefore you need some more health to survive that initial burst, because if you can survive the initial burst, you're not gonna die anymore. So it makes sense. We've got a smoke up for Goblak and Yul at this point, and I would imagine them rotating bottom and trying to make something happen with Seedoy's Dream Coil, who's sitting on a full mana bar and health bar. So let's see if they can get both kills going their way, because I think that's the direction in which they're heading towards.
Poor Reeves.
Yep.
Goodbye, Reeves. It was nice knowing you.
They don't even need to go for anything, actually.
They just zap him down.
Yeah, they can still go for the combination now. Mantis, the disruption into the Split Earth if they want to. Nice Moonlight Shadow, and actually, well, they still have one Sentry Ward, I think. No, they placed it, actually. So they placed it mid, of course, earlier when taking down the Nyx Assassin. So they're out of sentries. Bit surprising to see that happen.
Nyx is coming here, so this could be an effective gank rotation for him, but it's not easy. If he goes on Seedoy, they have time to get off the phase ship. Yol, of course, has the disruption.
Their Sentry Ward's
This is
being
an
flown in as
incredibly
well.
hard place to go. I
Yul
feel like
has
he should have
Sentry
been
Wards.
gone bot. He should have gone top, I think. He might have had a chance with the Lycan. He's not got that much health all the time, because Axe 1v1 versus the
love
Lycan,
this.
even with the Lycan getting the advantage, is doing okay in the lane.
I thought they were gonna let that Observer stand, so that they
top
would
lane, though.
Oh god, again? This is a solo
Medallion.
kill.
Medallion and BZZ just went to town on him. He just hit him with his claws and he just cut him up. Goodbye, Axe. He's not got any HP. He's got brown boots. That's all he's got on Axe.
0-4-0. That's the story.
And right now, it just feels like NEXT.kz, they just need to group up and try and take something as an entire team. They can't afford to go to the lanes anymore. They can't afford to try and get farm on the Axe. They can't afford to try and get anything more on the Nyx. They need to go somewhere. They need to say, all right, we're going to take this tower. Anyone that comes and defends it, we're going to kill you, and we're going to hope that you don't take any towers in return. Obviously, they will, because there's a Lycan, but there's not anything else they can do about it. They need to try and get some gold on them right now, because otherwise they just don't have any options without any gold.
He has his Vlads.
What are you going to do? You're going to contest it?
No,
I wouldn't want to contest it.
And they don't even know what's going on, or at least they don't have any wards at the Roche pit. Even though Lycan was just walking in.
It's guessable because Starcat is up on the top lane and he's not contesting, but there's nothing much you can do about it. At the very least, BZZ will take a little bit more time to do this now because Roche has 1 extra armor, taking literally no damage, but even so, I mean, NEXT.kz are playing great defensively around him. They have a kind of aura of heroes just all in the area just trying to help him out, and yeah, they're going to finish this off here. He could have done this solo, but he'll have a little bit of help from Yol.
Yeah, and from Leshrac as well, just with extra experience that's going the way of the supports. Wait a second, Seedoy was a bit too over-enthusiastic there, jumping in like that, but we'll pay for it. That means that the
kill
2
for
kills,
them, but
yeah, 2 kills for NEXT.kz.
It's still not very much.
Both up on Seedoy, what a fucker, shackled, and so dead. And that's going to be a power shot to finish that off. Solo sitting on 202. And these supports that have been roaming for most of the time are actually very high level as well, which is really good. And of course that Aegis Roshan rather did help with that, but we compare that to the supports of NEXT.kz. Level 6 and level 5 compared to 2 level 7s. It's a pretty big difference for this stage of the game. We're only 10 minutes into the game. We're already 5,000 experience in the favor of RoX and 7,500 gold in favor of RoX.KIS. This is getting out of hand. And I mean, there's only 1 tower down, so it's not that the gold is coming from the towers mostly.
Man, look at Mantis on this bottom lane here. Lycan hit him with the wolves like 3 times and put the medallion on him, and Mantis loses most of his health, and now they're going to kill the Chen here. Easy kill for them.
Yep, Shadow Demon goes down in the mid lane in the meantime, which is a good kill, at least for NEXT.kz, but they will lose their core hero bot lane. And I mean, this is
out of control for them.
How are they going to get back into this game? Tell me. Because I'm lost for words.
They need to just try and take something huge, accept the fact that BZZ is huge, let him take your towers, lose the ground, but make up for it somewhere else. Because the nice thing about them running Lycan is that he's not likely to be 5-manning with his team. That said, it does mean, you know, it's not easy because you're still giving up towers to Lycan, who is not a good hero to give up towers to, but your alternative is trying to fight a hero who's going to cut you in half at this point. So group up, try and go mid, maybe find a pick-off there, find a pick-off anywhere you can. It's not easy though, because the only real easy to kill hero is Goblak, and he's picked up a full vitality booster just for the extra HP. He's incredibly rich for a support, by the way. Like, he has so much gold! Look at this, he has 1,000 gold, as well as arcanes and a point
again this game, I would imagine.
Oh my god, yeah, he is going Bloodstone. That is crazy. That he can afford to do that as a support Leshrac. This is something you can never afford to do as a support Leshrac.
Oh, the Demonic Purge coming out on Chen. Is there some backup? Yul actually getting stunned up, but Seedoy is here. That's all they need, really. Chen goes down already. In comes Stalcat trying to help out. Might be able to chop up Yul, actually. Should be able to do it, but uses the Calling Blade on the wrong target. Will still get Yul, finally, but at the same time, Rubik dies. Now Stalcat dies as well. 2 for 3, and still Puck was also picked off by the Mirana on the side. I mean, I really thought that he could at least chop up Yul, but he couldn't do that. And at the same time, it's RoX.KIS that is not done just yet. They're looking for maybe Mantis. If Solo can get a good shackle off, perhaps there's a chance. BCC getting forced back in the meantime. Lightning actually coming out for him. Split Earth. Oh, he doesn't get it off. Hand of God coming out as well. Mantis might turn this around. He has actually got a leap.
He can't afford to go forward though, because BCC still has Aegis. There's nothing they can do. Even if they kill him off, he's going to come back with full health, full mana, and just start chopping people again.
Yeah, Solo is making it out alive in the meantime. There was a disruption up on Motherfucker, who's getting taken apart by wolves. Will be picked up there, Lycan with the killing blow, with the wolves helping out there. Still the Aegis gets burned, but that is at least something that they get. At the same time, Shadow Demon does get a killing blow on Mirana, who was way far back, but that was the poison doing the work, of course, for Yul, who he now has, which he now has maxed out. So we have got Reeves running away from Damnation, which is coming in the form of Solo right now. In the name of Solo, 4-staff forward as well, and a power shot to finish the job. Unstoppable Solo right now, 5-19.
RoX.KIS are in an absolute tear today. They're just going for everybody.
Yep. And Lycan, Dream Coil coming out,
Goodbye.
Lycan looking for Chen, and he finds it as well. Mega kill streak for him right now as he's 5-0-7 and has finished up his BKB. What a fucker, might still be able to get something going. Impale only hits up on one. Up on Yul though, and that is going to be Yul getting picked up, but Stalcat, that's not a worthy trade. Gives a double kill to BCZ as an arrow will not hit anything. And Mantis, I'm not sure if he should come close, but luckily for him, there is no disruption coming out for him because Shadow Demon was still dead. They get a kill,
I mean,
yay, that's all I can
they
say
get
at
a
this
kill.
point.
I feel like it's worth throwing your life away, unless you're on maybe Mantis or Watafaka, just for get a kill at this point, because otherwise what are you going to do? Because you're not going to get kills any other way. It seems pretty obvious but that, because RoX.KIS are just 5-manning here and just fighting, and there's not anything you can do. You can't split push them.
Yeah, nice
they have a
leap away
Lycan.
from
They're going
Mantis.
to kill your towers.
Solo still alive for the moment. Reeves is gonna go down before he can kill off Godlike, but at least they came pretty close. And maybe at this point RoX.KIS is a bit too over-enthusiastic. It doesn't look like it for the moment though, as Stalcat getting stunned up. And a lightning as well. Godlike should be able to make this happen. There we go, couple of hits, and that's gonna be Solo with the killing blow. At the same time, there's a chase on. Solo doesn't get the shackle up on Mantis. Takes a bit of damage here as well, but it should be fine. He still has a 4-staff ready as well if he really needs to. Oh, the wolf is on. Demonic Purge coming out as well. The wolf still taking an arrow, but runs forward. Does not get the kill though. It is Shadow Demon that takes the killing blow with the help, of course, of the medallion that still came out from BZZ. Mantis still in this aggressive 4-staff. He has a leap though, but he won't be able to use it. Gets picked up. That's gonna be 4 dead again, 5 dead again. And yes, that was Solo's 4-staff going out for Mantis. I mean, how? Why did they walk forward to die? Reeves, what is he doing there? Like, no.
They're doing their absolute best. They're playing desperately to try and keep this into control, but the fact is that RoX.KIS are completely out of control. They did manage to get the puck there, which is nice, but Leshrax just picked up his Bloodstone with 15 minutes in, and that's a 5-position support there. Jesus. This is... And BZZ's just going to come up them here. He's now buying a Desolator. He's going to cut people in half so fast, they're not even going to know what hit them. And NEXT.kz, the best they can do is actually taking all these crazy fights, taking these opportunities where maybe they lose 3 or 4 heroes, but if they take a couple of extra kills, even if it's on supports, because these supports are rich on the side of RoX.KIS,
oh yeah,
it's probably still worth it as far as gold is concerned, but it's not. I mean, there's no overall plan. There's no way they can push outside the base, or I mean, they haven't even touched any of the tier 1s. All of the tier 1s other than the tier 1 mid are completely fine. Actually, the tier 1 top has lost a bit too, but yeah, BZZ is back and he's decided everyone's going to die.
Yeah, apart from Mantis. Was a bit too fast for him, but...
He is literally making the decision whether he wants to kill people or not. It's not even, like... If he has his BKB up, he can just look at someone and go, "You!" and just kill them.
He is God with the smite that comes... At this point, like... You look at Nyx Assassin, and I said it during the draft, I'm just not that big of a fan of a Nyx Assassin, because if he gets behind, like right now, look at his inventory.
He's buying null talismans.
That's all
what
he
else
has.
Can he do? He needs the mana. He needs the mana pool, and he can't afford anything else. Maybe if they win a big team fight or something, he'll get a ton of gold and he'll be able to buy a blink, but otherwise, yeah, this is the best option he can go with. Buy a load of null talismans so you can actually use your spells, and then just go and try and get a kill, which is... what I guess he's going to try and do now. He's got an Invis rune. He'll have Vendetta up as well, but who are they going to kill? Maybe if they can get Seedoy, this is an opportunity for them. They have to use this Invis rune and hit the arrow afterwards, though.
To be honest,
it'll be a nice kill if they get him.
Well, they missed the Impale.
Badly coordinated.
Like,
that was
horrible.
That was interesting.
That was horrible. And actually, now they're going to go into die. It looks like Shackle, Mantis is already dead. Vendetta away for Watafaka with his null talismans. He had enough mana to press that R button, so he will get away.
It feels like they're panicking at this point because things have gone so badly wrong. It's difficult to come back from a situation like this anyway. Never mind maintain your composure when there's a Lycan just running around crushing you. He's now got a Desolator coming out to him, by the way. He still hasn't died. He's basically Wolverine. He's even got the claws.
Yeah, sent back home. Nicely done for Watafaka, or at least for the Chen, I guess, sending Watafaka back. At this point, Seedoy is actually half the kills of NEXT.kz, more than half actually. Would be quite a bad position to be in. However, does mean that the rest of RoX.KIS has barely died, including Lycan and Solo both not dying whatsoever. Stalcat jumping in, aggressively 4-staffed as well. The damage is there. Goblak actually taking a ton of damage. Doesn't get chopped though. Will end up going down regardless. Dream Coil up on 2. Can they actually take down Stalcat still off the back of this? The shackle, nicely done. That's gonna be Shadow Demon with a killing blow on Stalcat. Well, what a fucker. Goes inside his Vendetta, looks for a kill upon Yul, looks for an impale, gets it up on 2, or at least a 1, and face shift the target. Leap forward, Mantis, Starstorm, gets it off. That's gonna be 1 dead, but Cedo is still alive for the moment. Tries to force out, blinks away as well. It is gonna be what a fucker that dies. Double kill for the Wolf. And 2 heroes left alive on NEXT.kz. Both of them are supports. Cedo. What?
Alright, just ran into the lightning then. Don't think he realized Reeves had a bit of lightning storm there,
Well,
but...
a test of faith would have done the same thing, I think. I mean, he was just a bit too far out. I don't think he realized how low he actually was. But nonetheless, I mean, he just still wanted to maintain that half of the kills of NEXT.kz quota, so he is now still half of the kills of NEXT.kz.
Illusion.
Yeah, and it definitely feels like right now, the way NEXT.kz are playing, they are totally fine with just throwing their lives in to try and get any kills, because they haven't any other option for getting farm, right? They're not going to split push, they're not going to go to a lane. I mean, they can't even get to their own jungle. Chen's level 9, he's just got his ulti barely. Like, they just need to get themselves kills, because every time they get a kill on RoX.KIS, it gives them just that little bit of an opportunity to, you know, accidentally throw the game. Obviously, it's not a huge chance. They have very little in the way of space right here. There's now a Dagon up on the puck. This was an off-lane puck. 20 minutes, Blink Dagger, Dagon, Phase Boots. But they're going to try for the initiation here, but can they get the stun off? Please? No.
Nope. Coordination is not there. Cedo gets himself out in time, and...
I mean, Puck is a hard hero to kill, whether you're coordinated or not.
True.
But yeah, it definitely feels like they're losing their coordination as this game goes on. This is not the normal NEXT.kz we see, and this all came from just an early game fight that went completely perfect for RoX.KIS, and they've just snowballed off it brilliantly. And still, no deaths on the Lycan, no deaths on the Wind Ranger. Solo and BZZ they can just do whatever they like in this game. They are gods.
They are gods, for sure. And at this point, it has to be a big throw from RoX.KIS to still lose this game.
I mean, it's impossible to die now on Shadow Demon as well, because Yol just picked up a full Vanguard. Because nobody does damage on NEXT.kz, right? It might be 20 minutes in, but nobody's doing right-click damage, so Vanguard's cost-effective. It's got so much HP and HP regen here. This almost makes sense. Almost. I won't strictly say this is like the best item choice.
Do
but
not try this in
It doesn't
pubs.
even feel like it won't mind. I don't know, if you're this far ahead, you could probably get away with it in pubs too.
Yeah.
They are hitting on the racks right now, 20 minutes in, with a Lycan who is virtually invincible, almost got his AC, he's got Deso and BKB too.
Well, Solo is actually taking a ton of damage here. He'll actually go down. That's his first time. Buys back into the game though, as Mantis is 1 hit away, 2 hit away from dying. BCZ is trying to catch up to him, can't find it though, goes on to the next target.
Oh, these crits.
These crits are horrible. He will be diving too far though, and it looks like he'll get chopped to death. Mirana Starstorm gets that, so that is 2 godlike streaks going the way of
Don't care, just buy
NEXT.kz.
back. Just go.
Yeah, just go buy back and go again. Let's see if they get this in. I said it should be a throw of RoX.KIS if they want to try and take this. Perhaps this is it. Cedo taking a large amount of damage again. He does have the Aegis this time though, so won't die just yet. Split Earth from Godlike misses. What a fucker. Backs himself up to the base. He finished up his Dagon of his own as the Aegis still goes down. Nice shackle. Solo gets them both. Chen and Nyx both will die as the Aegis will be used as well. Apparently, yeah, I was gonna say those racks will go down as well. They get the power shot off of Mirana, and the puck will still die actually. Rubik managed to pick up Cedo regardless. Nicely done, Solo. Still very low. We'll go for Reeves. Focus fire there as well. 4 step forward, and it is gonna be Wind Ranger that dies. Lycan's still alive, but that is a buyback and
He's gonna
dead
kill their base.
Mirana. Yeah, I mean, with the Lycan still alive, that's the only one you really need.
Rubik is doing his absolute best to try and outplay everybody here, but there's only so much you can do as a support Rubik with no real items in this game. And BCZ hits so hard.
Oh my god, it's insane.
God. It really is. I mean, BZZ is hitting 300 damage 23 minutes in, where Chen has 900 health. Like, that is... There's nothing you can do at this point. Second Rex will go down, and I think they should GG soon. Maybe they'll just try and get some kills for glory and honor, but that's about it.
What the fuck? I got a solo pick-off kill! It was in a Shadow Demon. The Vanguard did not help the Shadow Demon. He got a Dagon, and
maybe he needs another Vanguard. He bought a drum as well. He's just getting all the HP.
Yeah, and they're looking for BZZ, and Pill goes out as well. They get that one, and they do not call the GG. They are in it.
They refuse to give in. This is NEXT.kz. This is NEXT.kz though. Like I've seen several games where even if things go horribly wrong for them, they just never stop fighting. They'll always try and do this, but it definitely feels like RoX.KIS can just walk into the base as 5 anytime and kill it. They haven't been entirely coordinated themselves either, because the fact is they don't need to be. BZZ is enough to kill half the team on his own. The same for Solo. Both these just cut through everybody.
Seedoy.
Alright,
Hey,
Seedoy is
it's
like
a comeback.
seriously
I'm
feeding.
telling
He's like
you.
almost half his team's deaths.
Is he still dead? Nope, not anymore, actually. He has to die 2 more
Seedoy
times.
spends a long time dead this game.
Yes. But I mean, like, this could be a comeback. If RoX.KIS
I don't know
throw
about
themselves, I mean, okay, it's not gonna be a comeback, I believe.
that one.
But
Given
I wanna
another
have
20
hope.
minutes of this,
I wanna have a hope.
maybe.
Hope.
Another 20 minutes of this,
Solo,
then I have hope.
lifted, impaled, dead. Look at this. It's a comeback. Goblag running for his life. He will be able to run away, I guess. But, I mean, look at this. They have got a chance if RoX.KIS keep making the stupid moves.
At the very least, they have an Axe who's very good at defending the base, and everybody else seems to be able to get pickoffs. But the real horrible thing is that this is still while RoX.KIS is not just grouping up and going as one place, and Watafucker in a bit of a bad situation here. Arrow on Yol.
Ayo. Let's see if there's enough backup. Goblag coming in though. They pick up Yol. Goblag now in a ton of trouble. Still does a lot of damage with... Oh, hello, Wolf. Never mind. Game over. Goblag will still die, perhaps. Most likely. Yep, there he goes. Actually denies himself. As we have got BZZ just cleaning up after everybody.
God.
And he already got 3, now looking for a 4th. He's going to chase down Mantis. He loses the wolf form though, and I don't think he's going to be fast enough to catch up to Mantis.
Yeah, but what if he just A-clicks on their base? What do they do then, Shiva?
Dream Coil, there's a gem upon the puck though, and Mantis taking, like, what's he doing? Mantis might actually die from just sticking around.
Just run, Mantis.
Yeah.
He's trying to do his very best to just give them some
no,
time.
he's
but
dead. And it's only now the
Has
axe
anyone
that's
got
alive.
buyback?
Solo
He's
is
got
here.
buyback.
He booted traveled into the base of NEXT.kz. I like that he tried to give himself some extra movement speed
Some
with
movement
the Calling
speed.
Blade, but it's not gonna help. The tier 4s will drop right now, and okay, the comeback was a lie.
Ultimately, they needed to do that for maybe 20 minutes, and then they'd still be miles behind. Like, it's a real serious game to try and come back from here, especially because BZZ, at this point, he could just click the fountain, and I don't think they can actually stop him killing it. Like, he'll just kill it now. But he's not even bothering, he's just hanging around.
It's that kind of game. Solo goes down as well. And BZZ is gonna try to turn around. He will goes for Mantis, gets a bash off, gets a kill. Looking for another one. It's 2 shots.
He does a little bit of damage right now.
Just a little bit. He will get actually impaled right now, but doesn't matter. Throne dies. GG.
Not even...
What a game that was. RoX.KIS dominating like the entire game. I like that NEXT.kz did not give up at all, ever.
Yeah, that's NEXT.kz. They very rarely actually fully give in a game, but that was, I mean, Lycan got real fat because their tri-lane, well, it wasn't even a tri-lane, just their level 1 gank just got so many kills. They got so many kills early that from that point onwards, they had to play perfectly on NEXT.kz to even come close to that fight. And the fact is they just never got themselves into that. Even no matter how much they were coming and fighting from behind. I mean, they did a good job of fighting from behind, considering how bad things were, but like I said, at some point the Lycan can just press A, click on the enemy base, and just go to the toilet. He doesn't need to do anything, because if his team stands near him, he just wins.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Well, that means that RoX.KIS end their 3-game streak on a win. They had 3 games today in the Excellent Moscow Cup, and all 3 were victories. So they're 1 step closer to, well, 3 steps closer to making it to Moscow's LAN finals for the Excellent Moscow Cup. We're going to have 1 more game coming our way, though, and that is, at this point, the game between the top 2 placed teams for the Excellent Moscow Cup. It is Meteor Makers that has played 7 games so far, has not lost a single game, and Empire, who has also played 7 games, won 5 though out of 7, so they need to win this game and see if they can also make it to the top, make it on an even Make it even, I guess, with, well, almost even, I guess, with Meteor Makers. Not entirely yet. Sorry for cat sounds. But we'll be back here soon with Empire versus Meteor Makers. Stick around. Official starting time for the match is in about 10 minutes time. So don't go anywhere because we should be right back.